everyone, it's me again and welcome to Faith's Face Feels. If you're new to my channel, welcome to my little corner of the internet. My name's Faith Grenade and I put makeup videos here on YouTube, and you should subscribe and hit that little bell icon down below. It'll notify you every time I upload so you don't miss a minute of this riveting action. Never know what's gonna happen on this channel. You never know. What you've stumbled across is kind of a hybrid of Faith's Feels and Faith's Faces. Faith's Feels is normally my feels or my review of a makeup product or my feels on life in general, and Faith's Faces is usually a makeup tutorial or a get ready with me. This is kind of a hybrid between the two. I was out yesterday and I went to Sephora and I found this new brand called Kaja. Kaja is a Korean beauty brand or a K-beauty brand, and I guess it was featured in a K-pop music video or something. And now it's in Sephora. I've been looking at these products online for probably 2 months and just like hemming and hawing over whether or not to try them. And then my friend Crystal and I were out at the Sephora, way up, like the big Sephora in my state, up in Annapolis, and we ended up running into these products in store. So I got to swatch them and play with them a little bit, and I ended up being intrigued by some of the products. So I bought, let's see, 5 products. I bought these with my own money, and I'm going to not only put them on for you guys today in a classic K-beauty fresh-faced kind of look, but I'm also going to wear them throughout the day and let you know what I think of them. So as you can see, I am barefaced completely. I actually don't even have any sunscreen on yet, so I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna go put sunscreen on because sunscreen is important every single day, but I thought I would let you see what my skin looks like. This is my skin. You can see I've got some post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation all over the place, but we aren't really gonna have to worry about that. As for the complexion products, this is just kind of a disclaimer because, you know, I'm trying to cut down on my spending a little bit. There's only so many products that I could buy. I really wanted to try their concealer. Unfortunately, there isn't a shade that matches me. Not to mention, on top of, you know, the complexion products not really having my shade, this brand is a little bit limited, so there are some things that they just don't have. For example, Kaja doesn't have a mascara on the market yet. They don't have a foundation. They don't have, you know, they don't have a lot of other things. So this is not a full face of first impressions. I'm going to be using some of my old standbys, but I am going to be using the 5 products that I do have. So I'm going to put on some sunscreen and then we're going to get into this. Sunscreen is applied and face properly prepped. So normally the first step in my makeup routine is eyebrows. I try to do my eyebrows first because they frame the face and they act as kind of the framework for everything else that I do. The brow product that I bought from Kaja is the Brow Blowout Fiber Gel Brow Definer. This is a tinted eyebrow gel, and I get the feeling that it's going to have little tiny fibers in it. I normally use a brow pomade, so this is definitely a far more natural alternative than I'm used to. This goes for $16, and I got the shade Soft Brown. Blonde seemed a little, like the light taupe shade, which is the lighter shade, seemed a little too warm for me. And this one even seems a little bit warm, but it was slightly darker, so I feel like I might be able to get away with it. I'm just gonna grab my mirror here, and I'm gonna run this through my brows, and we're gonna see what it does. Let's see what the claims are, shall we? Let's see what Sephora's website says. It says a tinted brow gel that features tiny fibers to add definition and volume. This fiber gel definer helps create a full feathery look for an amped up, blown out effect without flaking or smudging. This precision applicator tames, shapes, and enhances brows, while the vitamin E and fruit extract infused formula nourishes brow hair. No parabens, no sulfates. Okay, so great. So it claims it's going to give me nice full bushy brows and it's going to nourish my brow hairs. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to really test that part, but let's go ahead and get into it. Boop. There you go. There's what the applicator looks like. Nice little tiny brush here. Reminds me of like the Benefit and pretty much everything else. Let's comb this through. I'll comb in one layer and then we'll take a look at it. Okay, I'm feeling the coolness, definitely. Nice little cool feeling of the fiber gel going in. I'm not seeing any like super intense fibers, so I'm not seeing like actual hairs in this formula too much, but I actually prefer that because a lot of the time those hairs can get in the way. So there you go. I've brushed through one of my brows twice. Can you tell the difference? I kind of can. The shade actually is pretty good. It's a pretty good match for my hair color. It's not too warm, it's not too cool, it's not too dark. It's just that perfect little addition. So, before brow gel, after brow gel. It's definitely a very, very natural look, but I could see if this sets down, it holding my brow hairs in place, which would be very nice. I do have some bald spots in my brows though, and normally fiber gels are not quite pigmented enough to be able to fill those spots. My right eyebrow is pretty well behaved, but as you can see, my left eyebrow has quite a big bald patch in it. So I'm gonna put another layer of this in my right eyebrow, and let's take a look and see what that turns into, shall we? There we go. So here we have no brow gel at all, and here we have 2 full layers of the brow gel. Not gonna lie, you guys, I really like this stuff. It's nice and cooling, it's very gentle and kind of easy to just run through the brows, and it's just pigmented enough to sort of fill in some of those bald spots I have, but it's not so pigmented that it looks like I blocked out my brows with pomade. This could be a really good alternative on more natural days. I really like it. Okay, let me do the other eyebrow and then we'll move on to the next step in the process. All right, guys, there you go. There are both the brows done. So far, I'm really impressed. I do like the fact that the formula is a little on the wet side. You've got some playtime with it. It's not going to set down right away, so you can sort of manipulate it into the bald spots in your brows. If you're like me and you do have some bald patches, you can get it down. I kind of use the tip of the brush sort of up toward my arch to get it down onto the skin and sort of tint the skin a little bit. But I am really impressed with that so far, guys. This looks beautiful. Very, very nice and natural, not too done up at all. It's not too dark, it's not too warm. It's the perfect shade for my brows. It might even be a little bit dark, but that doesn't bother me. Next up is eyeshadow, normally in my routine. So first, I am going to prime my eyelids, as I always do, with my Wet n Wild Photo Focus eyeshadow primer. This is my favorite primer ever of all time ever. So when it comes to shadows, they don't really have a whole lot. They have the Beauty Bento Bouncy Shimmer Eyeshadow Trios, which is one of the ones I got. I got the one in the shade Sparkling Rosé, which seems to be a lot of pinky sort of rosy tones. And it's got this cute little stack format where they're all sort of connected to each other. I feel like that would be great for travel. Just chuck this in your makeup bag and you can sort of go wherever you need to go with it. But all of these trios are shimmers. They do not have any matte eyeshadows in their line, which again is sort of in line with what you would expect from Korean beauty. A lot of K-beauty makeup is focused on very bouncy, perfected, dewy skin, soft shimmers on the eyes. These curated trios come packaged in a bite-sized bento compact. Each shadow features a different prismatic shade with glitter arrangement technology for uniform shimmer in every swipe. Perfect for life on the go. They'll take you from here to there, day or night. For the best use, apply these shades with your fingers. And this one is Sparkling Rosé, which is 3 eyeshadows in Moscato Pink, Cassis, and Cognac. So, applying with your fingers, huh? That's not normally my modus operandi, but I did notice that some of the shades of this have really, really heavy glitter fallout. I was swatching a few of them in the store, and there was another one that I swatched on my hand and the glitter exploded everywhere. So I was like, well, I definitely don't want that. This seems to be one of the smoother of the 4 shade ranges that they have. So I am going to take this first pinky shade right here, and I'm gonna follow their instructions. I'm gonna take my finger, swirl it around in there. There's your swatch. Really beautiful little color. And then I'm gonna take my mirror here so I can get a little up close and personal. And I'm gonna put this on most of my lid. Okay. So a little bit of that went a decent ways across my eyelid. Pigmentation is definitely there. And then as I run out of product, I'm going to start running that into the crease just a bit. I know it's a shimmer shadow and they normally say don't put shimmers in your crease, but I got nothing else to work with right now. There's one layer on the lid, really, really pretty rosy pink color. I'm going to build that up a bit and try to build a second layer onto it and just see how much more pow we can get, really. And there is the second layer, built on with fingers. Definitely decently pigmented, decently blendable, although it's very difficult to blend eyeshadow with your fingers. I'm going to clean my finger off on my paper towel here. And then I'm going to take the second shade. I forget what these shade names are, so forgive me, but I'm going to take the second kind of berry colored shade with that same finger, and I'm going to build this slightly on the outer corner of the same eye with my fingers. God, this is so weird. I'm so not used to building shades on my lids with my fingers. So that shade is not too much different from the first one, really. It just seems slightly deeper. I am going to cave and take a brush and try to blend this out a little bit. Yeah, there's that blended most of the way out. I do like this. I think it's a very soft, very pretty sort of look. It would be really good for every day. Really good to kind of chuck in your bag, where if you have to go somewhere and you have nothing to wear, or you gotta whack on some makeup for whatever reason, I could see this being very useful for that. It's not anything to write home about. It's not anything to absolutely go batshit crazy over, but if you find a shade of these that you like, go ahead and go for it. They don't seem to be that bad, at least right now. This is $21, which is a little on the pricey side for a trio of shimmery eyeshadows, particularly since the pans seem to be so small, but I don't hate it. I'm gonna go ahead and try and do the other eye with a brush. So I'm gonna go in with, where is it? There it is. I'm gonna go in with my Smith 253 brush, this little paddle, and we're gonna go in with that first shade, the really light shimmery one, on this brush, and I'm gonna see if I can't use a brush with this. They do have a cute little mirror in here, but it's like so small, I can't even see my eye really. So I'm gonna use my big mirror. Ooh, yes, okay, okay. Yeah, that works. That's really interesting. If anything, the shade doesn't go quite as far across my lid with one dip as it does with my fingers, but the more of the shimmery kind of glitter specks stick around when you use a brush, which normally it's the opposite. Normally more of the shimmer sticks around when you use your finger. So that's really kind of interesting. I've never really seen a shadow behave like that before. And then I'm going to take the other side of that same brush and take the mid-tone shade in this little trio and pop it on the outside of the lid. Just going to bounce that down. You can definitely see the differences in shade a lot easier when you're applying these with a brush. And there we go. There is your finished eye look. That's definitely more on the natural side. I don't hate these. They're not anything to write home about. They're not anything to like run and tell that about. They're all shimmers, which I wish they would have thrown a matte in here. Like just a matte, soft pink would have been a total game changer. But at the same time, I can understand why they didn't. You know, it's really on trend with K-beauty to have all shimmer all the time. So I'm not mad at it, but I am gonna put a bit of a matte in the crease. Although what, I am not sure. I think I'm gonna take this shade Kiss Me from the Jouer, the new Jouer Bouquet d'Amour blush palette, and I'm actually gonna use that as my crease color and just make this a totally pink look. Yeah, that's like so much better. Yeah, honestly, is it something I'm gonna be reaching for every single day? No, but it's cute. I mean, I like it. I think it's a pretty look. I think it's very soft and very shimmery and very glossy. I am going to build up that lightest shade over on the other eye because they look kind of uneven with applying one of them with my fingers and the other one with a brush. But yeah, if you're the kind of person who likes a low maintenance makeup look, then this is definitely going to appeal to you. I was able to put together this eye look very, very quickly without really much muss or fuss. Now, as for the lower lash line, normally in K-beauty looks, they didn't really do much on the lower lash line. They would just pop some mascara on this and call it a day. I think I am going to add some of these to the lower lash line specifically because I just want to see how they wear. So I'm going to pop the lightest shade in this trio on the inner half of the lower lash line, the mid-tone shade on the outer half just to make things simple. And I'm going to do my mascara real quick. I'm just going to throw mascara on today. I'm not going to bother with false lashes. I'm using the Maybelline Snapscara, which has actually been one that I've been really into lately. But I will talk about that in a later favorites video. Stay tuned for that. So I'm going to toss some mascara on and some stuff under the lower lash line, and then I'll be back with my foundation and concealer done to show you guys the next products. I am back. Foundation is on. Trying to kind of blend it out a little bit because I haven't said it yet, because the next couple of products we're going to be testing out are creams. And cream products are very, very popular in Korea and Japan because it's all about that dewy, glossy skin, right? So I haven't put anything else on my face yet. I haven't put bronzer on at all. Bronzer really isn't a thing in Asia. You're not going to really find bronzer because they like to be pale as humanly possible. So I'm just blending out this eyeshadow a bit because some of it got covered up by concealer. So looking pretty nice so far. I kind of like it. So the next step in the process is blush, and I do have the Kaja Mochi Pop blush. This is in the shade Atmosphere. They have those little heart stamper blushes, and I was gonna get one of those, but I noticed that they're not as well reviewed, and when I tried them out in the store, it really seemed like they didn't blend out quite as well as these ones did. So I'm gonna try this one because I feel like they don't really get a whole lot of attention. There are 3 shades in this range. This is Atmosphere, which is kind of the second deepest of the 3. It's a nice natural sort of, let's see, it's described here as a neutral dusty rose with soft luminous shimmer. Of course, all of these are shimmery. This is a cream blush. As I said before, let's take a look. It is cream to powder. It says this innovative powder gel blush feels like a cream and finishes like a powder. Get the sweetest looking glow at home and on the go with these bite-sized cheeky confections. The packaging is really, really cute. It's a little, it almost looks like a macaron, but it's nice and soft. It can be worn on bare skin or over makeup for a vibrant finish. So we're gonna go ahead and put this on with my beauty sponge here. You open up the little compartment. It's got a nice little cover on there. Just take that off for the time being. And I'm just going to take the booty end of my sponge, dip it on in there. You can see we do have pigment. And then I'm just going to put this on. Wow! Okay, that's a lot. That's a lot. We're just going to blend that out. But that is blending beautifully. Look at that. Look at how soft and pretty that is. Isn't that nice? It's not as juicy or as like sheeny or wet as my Stila convertible cream colors, which you guys know are some of my favorite cream blushes. This is a lot more of a cream to powder kind of a gel consistency, but it is really nice. It's blending beautifully onto the foundation here. It's not moving my foundation underneath at all. It's just sort of laying down very beautifully. The color is super flattering. I do really like this Atmosphere color. It's a nice little dusty rose, not too dusty though, because when dusty roses are too dusty, they can make me look older than I am, and this has a nice youthful warmth to it. So I'm going to use this same method on the other side. I do really like applying this with the beauty sponge. And really in general, cream blushes are beautiful when applied with sponges. They just work that product into the skin very nicely. But I love this shade. It's such a beautiful, flattering pink. It doesn't look like sunburn, it doesn't look like irritation, it just looks like a natural flush, which, as you guys know, I do have subtype 1 rosacea, meaning I have a natural flush to my skin already. So when I do all that hard work to cover up that redness, the last thing I want is to add more redness back into the skin. So I like that. I like that a lot. Really pretty, really soft. I could see building that up to get even more intense if I wanted to, but I'm gonna leave it like that for now, and we'll see how it looks after I put powder over everything. So next is the Kaja Mochi Glow Cream Gel Highlighter type product in the shade Toy Alien, which was the lightest shade they have. Yeah, this is the Mochi Glow Bouncy Highlighter. So this gets a total review of like a 4.1 or a 4.2 out of 5. It says, this innovative powder gel highlighter feels like a cream and finishes like a powder. Get the sweetest looking glow at home and on the go with these bite-sized cheeky confections. Oh hey, it's the same description. So I'm actually going to put this on with my finger instead of with a sponge because I really want to see how concentrated we can get this to be. It feels exactly the same as the blush, really nice and creamy. There's the sheen. Oh my god, I'm so excited about this. Okay. Not really showing up too extreme just yet. I'm finding it hard to get it off of my finger and onto the skin. So let's try a sponge. Before and after. So far it's not really looking like a major glow, but maybe if we throw the sponge in there, we'll get some glow going. Yeah, that's much better. Okay. Mental note to self, with these Mochi products, use a sponge. This is nice too, because I haven't really had to pull out that many brushes yet. Oh, that's gorgeous. That looks beautiful on camera too. Do you guys see that? Dang. It's a soft glow. It's not gonna be, you know, with the way K-beauty trends are, this is not going to be a blinding in your face, seen from space kind of highlight. This is gonna be very, very gentle, very soft, and just sort of that nice kind of lit from within glow, which really has been popular in the States lately too. I've noticed people are kind of navigating away from the super intense, super extreme, like sparkly metallic highlights, and they're going for far more of a wet look, which this is definitely one of those highlights that could provide that for you. And now we are moving right along into, I'm trying to decide if I should set this with powder or not. My knee-jerk response would be not to, because they don't really do that in Korea, but I think I will put a little bit of translucent powder on, just like a light layer, just to make sure that nothing moves around, because I actually need this to stay intact today. So now comes lip products, and Kaja has a buttload of different lip products, but I did settle on this little guy. It's the Heart Melter lipstick. They've got lip stains, they've got lip balms, they've got nude lipstick and lip liner duo. Of course, in Korea and in Japan as well, lip products are a premium. Everybody loves them some lip products. This is the Heart Melter Lip Gloss Stick, and this is in the shade Honey Bun, which is a nice little brownie toned warm nude. It's a heart-shaped gloss stick that combines nourishing lip oils for a rich melt-on formula that delivers high shine conditioning color, featuring argan oil and plum seed oil, which soothe and soften the lips. Let's see. Enjoy a hint of color, the shine of a gloss, and the nourishing benefits of a balm all in one. Infused with vitamin-rich argan and plum seed oils, this non-sticky formula melts on application, leaving lips moisturized with a high shine finish. The heart-shaped applicator fits in the Cupid's bow for effortless application. Dispense the perfect amount every time. Click twice for best application results. Okay, so this is a click stick. I normally don't like these. I like my lip products to be twist up, that way I can twist them back down if I need to. But this is a click stick, pull it apart. It's a nice secure thing there, and it's a little heart shape. Isn't that cute? So it's a click twice. Looks like it's still stuck in there, so click it a few more times. let's see what this looks like. Definitely has pigment. So there you go. That is the Heart Melter lip gloss stick in the shade Honey Bun. It matches this look better than I thought it would. It's definitely a little more on the brown side than on the pink side, so I was worried that it wasn't gonna go with this, but it is fine. You know, it's totally cool. I love the color. It's a perfect sort of My Lips but better kind of nude. It's got the perfect level of depth for me. And it's a really beautiful finish too, very glossy. My lips, as you guys know, are chronically dry, so it's kind of hard to find lipsticks that are nourishing enough for them, but I can already feel this kind of nourishing my lips. It's not like a super thick formula, and it's not sticky either. The pigmentation was pretty strong on this for something that is a gloss stick. Like, you would think it would be pretty sheer, but very, very strong pigmentation, really, really nice feeling on the lips. I'm not anticipating that this is going to wear very long, but it never really claimed to. It just claims to be a nice moisturizing little bit of color on the lips. So very, very nice. So far, honestly, I really had things that I liked about pretty much everything. The blush tends to fade rather quickly. You can see that I mean, I put a ton of blush on, and it already seems like it's starting to fade a bit, especially toward the back of my cheek here. Could have just been from rubbing my face or touching it too much or something like that, but something to keep in mind. Really, really strong products in what I have tried are definitely the brow gel. I absolutely love that. And the lip product here is definitely a fave. And honestly, that whole face of makeup didn't really take me much time at all. It took me about 30, like if I weren't talking through this whole thing, it would take me about 35 or 40 minutes to put this together, which isn't bad. I mean, with false lashes and everything else, I've also got my K-pop sweatshirt on, so I'm feeling very Korean beauty right now. I am going to set my face as I always do with MAC Fix Plus. This doesn't necessarily affect the wear of my makeup, it just sort of settles all the powders down, makes everything look nice and skin-like. So this is what the completed face looks like. I'm really happy with it. I think it's very soft, very pretty, very natural. It sort of feels like, you know, I'm just running out the door. You know, I feel very K-beauty right now. I feel very soft and very pretty and very feminine, which I feel like is a look that people are going for these days. So at the moment it is 11:42 in the morning. I have a busy, busy day today. It's the first day of tech week for me anyway. They've been in tech for a while, but this is the first day they're bringing makeup in. So I do have a tech week rehearsal tonight. I have to be there at around 6:30, and then I could be there as late as 10. I'm not sure how late I'm going to be there, but we will find out. Needless to say, going to have a full day today, and I will be checking in with you guys throughout the day to see how all of this beautiful, gorgeous Kaja makeup holds up. So it is now 11:22. We are just 20 minutes away from literally being 12 hours of wear time. I have not touched up at all. I haven't put on a new coat of lipstick. I haven't powdered, nothing. Now, I'm not evaluating the foundation. I already knew the foundation was good. But, like, guys, that blush is still there. That highlight is still there. Even the lipstick, like, the glossiness is completely gone from it. But even the lipstick, that lipstick is still there. That left a stain behind, and that stain has worn beautifully throughout the day. This is 12 hours of wear. Are you kidding me? Like, this is crazy. You can still very clearly see the blush. I lost a little bit of coverage, but that's okay. The brows are still intact and perfectly fine. It, honestly, like, the eyeshadow has definitely faded quite a bit, and it's creased a little bit, but I mean, Pretty much any eyeshadow will do that in 12 hours. On me, anyway. Honestly, if you were to pick up anything from Kaja, the brand, I would definitely pick up the brow gel. That was the definite favorite of all of these products. That was definitely the best find, which is funny because I kind of grabbed it on a whim and it ended up being my favorite of any of the products I tried. The blush, fantastic. The highlight, really nice. Are they necessities? No, but they are really pretty and they're decently good formulas, so if there's a shade in there that you're interested in, go ahead and grab it. They're pretty good. The lip color, fantastic. Didn't really have that many issues at all with it. You know, the glossiness doesn't stay on your lips very long, but the pigment definitely does. Like, that lipstick is still there. Honestly, the eyeshadow's okay. Like, it's not horrible, but it's really nothing to write home about. The shades are not anything new or unique, and you know, the wear time is just okay. You know, it's alright. It doesn't do badly. It's not one of the worst eyeshadows I've ever used, but there's so much eyeshadow saturating the market now that unless you wear a lot of shimmer and you wear specifically those tones of shimmer all the time, it really isn't worth it to spend $21 on an eyeshadow trio. I'm very, very impressed, and I'm looking forward to trying more from this brand because they got me hook, line, and sinker. Like, a lot of this stuff was really a winner. I mean, I could go out like this still, and I've been wearing this makeup for 12 hours. Like, that's crazy. I hope you guys found this video helpful, informative, or entertaining. If you did, there's a button for that. Spank that like button in the butt. You know it deserves it. And if you want to see more from me, you got a couple options now. You can click the videos on either side of my head to binge if you're bored or bummed out, or hey, you can hit that button that looks like my face and subscribe and become a member of the faithful today. I put out new videos every Sunday. Thank you guys so much for watching and joining me today. I'm going to go wash so many makeup brushes. So many makeup brushes. I'll see you guys in the next video. Toodles!